Aaron and I had this conversation about these people we all know that say whatever's on their mind, or they tell you that truth, that brutal honesty about you, even though it might hurt your feelings, why that might not be the way. Check it out.
Restraint.
Oh.
Do you have any?
Oh, in what?
So, being an asshole is a choice.
Oh. Yes. It's a choice I make daily, sometimes hourly.
What caused me to think of this as a subject we could talk about was this article, for whatever it's worth. But also there's a person I know that they really push and enjoy the fact that they want you to think that they're just going to tell you like it is.
Mm-hmm.
They'll always tell you the truth. You're going to hear it whether you like it or not, because I'm an honest person and I can't help it, and that's how I am, and that makes me good. But I actually don't think that's good, because I think that person often comes off as an asshole. And it's like, do you really need to say those things? Like, you know what I mean?
You're qualifying. You're qualifying by saying, I'm honest, which means that I'm just getting to the root of things.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that person.
Right.
Not that person.
I don't even know that you're qualifying. You're justifying the fact that you're about to be an asshole.
That's a better term.
Yeah.
Justification.
Yeah. It's qualifying as well. But I mean, the actual name of the article is Self-Censorship Is Actually Good.
Yeah. Being
an asshole is a choice, is the subtitle. But yeah, I mean, that is, I don't know that's a daily decision for everyone, but I think situationally.
Yeah. Well,
no, I mean, like, I think there are some people that you're right.
Yeah.
That is how they live their lives, and that they think that brutal honesty is healthy.
Yeah.
And actually, earlier today I sent you a video from a guy named shit.
Yeah, I actually I'd seen that guy before.
Oh, Jefferson Fisher.
Yeah, I actually on TikTok of all places.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He got in my algorithm.
Yep.
I kind of like the guy.
Yeah.
Although he always does like the in the car.
Oh, okay.
Thing. Here I am, not censoring myself.
I
like him.
I like him as well, and I just found out about him this week. And I was, listening to this thing while I was walking, and for backward, context, he is a personal injury lawyer. That
I like your qualification though. Check this guy out. Ignore the fact that he's a personal injury lawyer. Like, yeah, I got you.
But it was a little refreshing. There's probably a little bit of all right in there as well as the way they talk.
Yeah, they have the Austin accent.
Yeah. But I'm trying to relate it back to what we were just talking about. He talks about, like people that seek conflict, and then there's like one point where he talks about like being honest but not being an asshole, basically, within this interview. And he was saying that, like, hey, let's role play for a second. Yeah, not that kind. Go ahead and ask me to do something with you this weekend.
Hey man, are you free? I need to go and take a load of dirt to this guy's garden.
Well, yeah, I think that yeah, I might have to fly out of the country, or maybe to New York, or but I really want to be there for you, but yeah, I don't think I can do it. So that's how, in a
Wow.
in a microcosm, like that's how a lot of conversations go. You come up with
yeah.
excuses
Yeah.
and you don't want to say no and everything. And ask me the same question or something similar to it.
Yeah. Hey man, you want to come over this weekend and help me reframe my porch?
I can't because I'm going to New York to visit my daughter. But it's
Yeah. Very different.
what, and but I appreciate it if if I'm in town next week and you're still working on it, I'd love to help you. So he kind of goes with like, use the brutal honesty up front, but
Right.
but couple it with like maybe not something complimentary, but something that says that I'm not trying to be an asshole.
not
And,
just
and the other
dodging
guy
it.
he's interviewing actually, or who's interviewing Jefferson, actually says saying no means that you've said yes to something else, and that's all you have to say. Like like, I've said yes to something else, and that something yes could be like, I am doing absolutely nothing that day.
Yeah.
And that's the plan.
Yeah.
But start with the honesty, and then something afterwards that like, hey,
Yeah, we're still
we're
friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to the I muddle through something and you just go, just say no. Just fucking say no. So I'm relating that
I'll beat
as
around the
like,
bush.
you can be honest,
Yeah.
but do it with kindness
Yeah.
and do it with tactfulness. And like, brutal honesty, sure, but there's a point where you have to actually edit, or self-censor, like he's, that's in this article, and go, okay, and stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah. Just let it be.
Don't go any further.
Yeah. Don't freelance this.
Yeah.
This self-awareness plus empathy plus professionalism is self-censorship.
Say that again.
Self-awareness, empathy,
Mm-hmm.
and professionalism.
Yep.
Self-censorship. I mean, and that's kind of like how you'd behave around your boss.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why don't you do that in public?
Right.
We all know that one old guy, or it's a family member. Maybe it's
Mhm.
your grandpa. I don't know, but they'll just say whatever
Right.
is on their mind.
Yeah.
Like whether it's good or bad or insulting or racist or not or whatever
Right.
it is. We all have that relative.
Right.
Like that's not cool. I know that's
And
simple,
everybody
but
else
like,
is like,
yeah.
yeah.
You tell your kids, don't listen to grandpa when he says that word. He don't mean it.
Facebook makes it worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
There have been things on Facebook that I've just had to, go and say to that family member, like,
stop doing that.
Hey. I mean, first I just delete the post.
I'm gonna
My
follow
own
you, Grandma.
whole post, like,
Yeah.
that was a picture of my kid. Delete. No, but but yeah, like and there's a, yes, with age, and I think that our kids,
I think that's an excuse, though. I think people use that kind of stuff as an excuse.
at some point, yeah.
Oh, you're just getting older. It's like, yeah, but
Well, yeah, at some
you
point,
become more of an asshole as you get older.
well, yes, yeah. I listen. I've
I'm not
said,
picking on. This is not an ageist episode.
Yeah, no, but
I know younger folks that are the same way.
truth. I've always said that if you get to 85 years old, I think I've told you this. If
You
you
can
get
say
to
whatever you
85,
want.
you can say whatever the fuck you want. I'm sorry, you won.
I don't know.
You won.
You won, but
You won. It doesn't make it right. I'm
can't
just
be
saying.
a racist asshole. Though.
Yeah. Well, at that point, nobody should really care.
What?
What you're saying.
No.
Okay. But yeah, no. So I think that here we go. I think there's a conscious awareness that has continued to rise.
Yeah.
As civilization, started continue. I mean,
Right.
like, we don't flog people in the streets. We don't whip them. We don't, we don't. Well, I was just in London a couple of weeks ago, so
Were they flogging people?
Well, yeah, my son and I went through like a
Damn.
a dungeon type thing that we saw all the torture tactics and everything, and everything that they used.
Right.
That's extreme, kind of. But our social consciousness has continued to rise, with every generation.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you could definitely look at somebody and go, that's 10 years, 20, 30 years older than you and I, and go, you could just say, oh, where they're old, they don't get it.
Yeah.
And is that an excuse? Sure.
Yeah.
But and it's a rationalization. But the truth is, it's like they grew up in a different way than we did for the most part,
Yeah, I get you.
generationally.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's the difference between, I know somebody that says, what is it? An Oriental is a rug. It's not an Asian person.
Holy shit.
And I
Yeah.
may be totally
Right.
wrong with that. And,
Yeah.
but like, so when I hear that from people, that are older, I'm like, I wanted, like, I want to
Yeah.
correct them, but I'm also like, is it worth it? But two,
Well, then you don't want to be that guy that corrects people.
right, on every single thing that they say. Because, because I don't want to I am past the age of throwing a zinger in there. And that's another thing from the Jefferson Fisher interview. It's, somebody, in a knife fight, somebody attacks you with a knife. What do you want to do? You want to attack back. What he kind of says is like, just sit there.
Yeah.
And, and then wait for 8 to 10 seconds and then go something to the effect of, did you mean to be rude there?
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard to do that.
That'll do it though.
Yeah, but it's the, so we are right now talking about other people that should be self-editing, but they don't. And then this particular instance, as far as like, an older person that truly they may just not know.
But I love that example you just had, because that sets a tone of like, I'm calling you out.
Mm-hmm.
My brain is way faster than yours.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'm not going to fight with you.
Right.
Like that is very disarming.
Yeah,
and
it is.
It sets you up as the mature person in the room.
Well, and the interview was asking, with that 8 to 10 seconds, you're giving them a chance to rethink.
Oh, they're replaying what they just said.
Yeah. But he's like, no, that 8 seconds isn't for them. Like, he's like, they're going to replay what they say, because
it's for you to calm down.
It's for you to just take it in and then be able to collect yourself enough to say,
right,
that one thing. And it's not about having a zinger to come back and be quick-witted and everything. It's just like, when you build repetition, it's easier to deal with things. And this is a way to be able to deal with somebody like that just like, or like, or just hold it and just go, did you really mean to say that?
Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah.
I mean, I'm here for you.
Yeah. I've said that to people before too.
Carl Smith loves to play that joke.
Yeah.
It's like in the gym, like one of the, like his analogs here is that like people who can't fight often talk about fighting a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the person that can't really fight, or the person that's not really a fighter, usually runs their mouth. And it's like the ones that actually practice and can do it, they're like as far away from it as possible.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're not doing that because that's going to be bad for everybody.
Yeah. It's usually the person that's least insecure.
For sure.
We're accidentally getting into that entire video.
Oh,
because it's all, we get all the points. Yeah.
I perused some of it, but I'm on my list of like, hey, you need to go back and like listen to all the deals.
Well, he talks about in the same vein. It's like usually the person who talks the most in a meeting or something like that is usually the person that's most insecure. Yeah. And
well, it's funny that you go there.
Yeah.
This hasn't been planned. You're listening to this episode, like the past like 4 that I've done. I guess I just got on a vein of like discussion points, but we've been talking a lot about masculinity. Had a guest a couple episodes ago. He wrote a book about being a nice guy versus a good, like a nice man versus a good man, like in the difference. And we got a lot into like the performative aspects of that stuff. Yeah. And it's something that maybe that's why I've just been really kind of keyed in on and watching that in the world. The performative aspects of this kind of thing, where like, you're like, we open with, you're that person that like, why just tell it like it is? And then it becomes like this thing that you feel like you have to do.
All right.
It's like,
That's your shtick.
yeah, but like in the fight, like we're talking about the fighting, but like real masculinity, that's like restraint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what, when people throw around that term like stoicism,
Mhm.
be like the Stoics, they really just mean like have some goddamn restraint.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all know the guy. We all have the. If you're a guy, you've all had that one friend that has that weird energy. That's like some shit can go sideways at any point with this guy, and you're somehow you're friends with him, but he's just like something ain't right. And you're like between enjoying your time with that person, but also like kind of fearful at some point. We all have that friend.
Well, I have per capita.
I've had several.
Per capita, I feel like I have more of them just because I was in the infantry and the army.
Yeah.
I mean, and I remember going to what was it?
It's that Conor McGregor energy.
Well, I mean, going to Fort Bragg the very first, or living in Fort Bragg, finally, gelling with my platoon, and like, and the first time we went out, it was like, hey, we're going to the bowling alley. I'm like, cool, that's cool.
Yeah.
Or what are we bowling? No. I'm like, why are we going to the bowling alley? We're going there to drink and maybe pick a fight. I'm like, what?
What are we doing?
What?
Yeah.
I'm like, and if you pick a fight, I have to do what? And I'm older than most of these guys, but I'm also, like, I'm still new. And they're like, well, fuck you, motherfucker. You have to fight too. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, why? If your first premise was to go drink and fight as opposed to, like, I don't know, go bowling, I think we've gone the wrong direction already. But yeah, no, there are many guys like that. Yeah.
Have some restraint, bro.
Yeah. One of my son's soccer coaches, when my son was probably 10, 11, something like that. He was a younger guy, probably in his mid-20s, and Coach Robbie. I have so much respect for Coach Robbie.
Coach Robbie.
Still to this day, because Coach Robbie would tell me about like different parents, and I was like team manager at the time and everything, and we talk a bunch. And he'd tell me about one of the parents that he knew that he like Coach Robbie coached this guy's son. Coach Robbie's player, that dad, was one of the top people at the soccer play. Like, he was one of the coaches. He had a higher level coaching status than Coach Robbie. He coached older kids. He he had 3 or 4 kids that actually went through soccer, and some played in college. He played in college, like all of these things.
Yeah, got experience.
And he looks over on the sideline when they're losing or winning or whatever. And, and he's very conscious of the man that's behind him. This one of the top people in the organization, that he's coaching his kid. And whenever, like, something's happening or whatever, and he hears the parents like, fuck you, ref, and fuck you, 10-year-old, happens again. I saw,
I've been,
there, there was a 30-something-year-old that went and hit a 14-year-old at a game. Anyway,
again, restraint, man.
Yeah, exactly. But he would say that, like, he'd look over, and the one person who's not saying a word is Trip, the guy, and he looks over there. He's just watching, doesn't say a word. He knows that the call on the field was wrong. He knows that little asshole 10-year-old kid, is picking a fight, during a soccer game. He knows that, like, the guy doesn't say a word because he's been through all of that.
Yeah.
It's just part, he knows.
Yeah.
And then, when I talk to Trip, like, such a nice guy, I got the same vibe from him. And so I would, like, I took, Coach Robbie, I actually got good advice, in my 40s from a 24-year-old. And then from Trip, I got good advice on, how to be a better parent on the sideline. I wasn't always perfect, but how to be a better parent, because I listened to that, and that man, knew how to have restraint, even when like it seems like the World Cup's gonna, end for these 10-year-olds.
10-year-olds, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the thing.
I know. I see it at the karate tournaments. Like, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's not parents. It's like the coach.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like it'd be a bad call or whatever, like sparring a bad call, and the guy, you get in their face like, you missed that kid. And it's like, bro, it's a 12-year-old.
But listen,
like in like West Columbia, like, dude,
I get it. But
this ain't the Olympics.
If the coach is saying it, then he's advocating for, he or she is advocating for their person, and I get it, and especially like if truly the call,
parents are even worse. Yeah.
But parents are worse because they don't know.
They're not.
They're not coaches. They're not refs.
Yeah, they don't know anything.
They probably never played.
Yeah.
Did the thing, and so, but so like editing and restrict, and censoring yourself on the sideline. Ooh, Melanie used to give me blow pops.
So you keep your mouth closed.
Yes. And she gave me a whole bag.
Oh man.
And I shared. Like, we were in Myrtle Beach, with a team that.
How long did it take you before you figured out that's what she was doing?
Oh no, she
told you.
She told me
okay.
that's what she was doing. But I got a red card one time in a game.
Oh boy.
Because my son, like, it was like, it wasn't even so obvious. It was like, what the hell just happened? And all the only words that came out of my mouth were, Jesus Christ, ref. And I've been talking to this ref back and forth back and forth on the sideline. I got away from the other parents specifically so I wouldn't get in trouble. And so I'm talking to the ref, he's a good dude and everything. And then like the head ref calls this call that was just wrong. Or didn't call it. And my son's down on the ground crying. I'd never seen him cry during a game. And at that point I was like, yeah. And I did not have the restraint because of the situation. So I got a red card because the other coach, who was across the other field, said that I was swearing. Anyway, I was not swearing. I did have restraint.
Well, it could be a swear to certain people.
And so after that, like, that is when actually I tried to take the advice, of these other people in order to have better censorship. And so the next time we had to play that team in Myrtle Beach, you know who you are, Melanie gave me the bag of blow pops, and I gave one to every single dad, and every single dad took the blow pops, and then some of them asked for two.
The best game
because
ever.
they knew that like it was going to get intense. And guess what? I'm just gonna say, redemption. During that game, final game of the tournament, with 0 time to go, we are tied. And then I've got video of it somewhere. Like, the ball, it was like a corner kick. The ball comes up, it hits the top of the goal, and then comes down. And Vance, who never is in front of the goal, is in front of the goal and kicks it in. Game over. We win. The other team is crying. I mean, it's like yelling, screaming. We won the tournament.
Choked on my.
We've all got our we're almost choking on our blow pops, but but I mean, like, it's extreme self-censorship at that point.
Yeah.
Because we're just,
but what is that though? What is it that makes a parent think it's okay for them to do that? You know what I mean? It's sort of the same thing, right? It's like, is it performative? Is it like, I have a right to do this? That's my kid.
Yeah.
None of that's true.
To me, it only, like, the only time I ended up getting upset later on, especially when, like, one of our coaches got kicked out of a game, and I had to coach for him because I was the only person who could. And it's and the only thing that I cared about, I didn't care, like, it really sucked when, like, the ref doesn't pay attention and, somebody's offsides and doesn't call it and they score.
Yeah.
But if you hurt another kid, and it's like sometimes on purpose.
Yeah.
And you see like, you know, like
Right. Sure.
like that to me is where
should be
like
doing
I would
something.
actually get upset.
Yeah.
And so those are the issues that I'd have later on as, you know, as a parent on the sideline. You know, and because it's gone past fair and unfair, it's gone past,
Yeah.
you know,
It's just-
just and
yeah.
it's unjust.
Right.
You know, it's not about fair at that point. So, you know, but do most parents get upset when something doesn't seem fair? Yes.
Yes.
Of course they do.
Constantly.
So mine was always about player safety, whereas for the majority of people, it's just like, you know, like
Bad call. Blair.
well, like it could be a good call, and you know, people would, you know, cry and scream,
Oh yeah.
even though they are wrong. And I'd look at it and like we, you know, I had a couple of friends on the sideline, like we played or, you know, coached or refed just enough, you know, to know like, no, that was a good call.
Yeah.
Like they deserved it. And like I would always look back. There was like one or two people that like played or refed or coached that I always look back to and like, yeah, no, okay. And like if they are like, that was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
You know, being like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So but we don't, you know, we don't take that chance to self-censor in that because like it is the World Cup every single time your kid goes out and plays at 4 years old. Right? I mean, it gets that.
Oh,
My son used to ref at
I've been
like
there.
younger games
Yeah.
at like, you know, 6 and 7-year-olds.
He's like, I'm uncomfortable.
Those people are crazy. So
Yeah.
you know, yeah, you know, because you want the best for your kid. Like you want the best
Of
for your,
course.
you know, like
You want to win. Yeah.
well, there's a difference between wanting the best for your kids and then wanting to win. And
Mhm.
I've seen those parents too. They're just
Mhm.
like they don't care what their kid does as
Mhm.
long as they win. And that's a whole other thing that
Mhm.
you should really self-censor your show, dumb motherfucker. Sorry. I'm not you asked me to think of some things in
Man,
my
you're on
head
it.
like and
That's one.
and the more that I think about like especially with sports and things like
Yeah.
that, the things that I like watching some of these people, I'm like, God, these are just some really dumb motherfuckers that like, you know, like I know I don't get it 100% of the time. I totally get that. And I've been called out many times on it, but like that guy thinks that in his head, in his fucking head, he lives there and he's like, I am always fucking right. And that's the same guy that later I'm got
Yeah.
brutal honesty.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Usually.
So, you know, I mean, so yeah, I mean, I told you I was going to tell you about a benign example that happened yesterday, but you know, like it's like yeah, I've had trouble self-censoring.
Yeah.
And because like I went through college, then I went through, you know, my MBA in Australia, and there's no self-censorship down there. I love you guys. You know, then I was in the infantry afterwards. Like I've been a pretty cocky asshole for a majority of my life, you know, in some instances, and kids humble you.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and you know, and then, you know, I was just talking with the guy today, you know, the guy that's coming to my house to, you know, do the repairs. And like I ended up talking to his wife,
Mm.
you know, for something else because he called her and you know, but it was like, you know, yeah, they're much smarter than us. They help ground us because otherwise we would just do stupid shit all the time.
Yes.
And so a lot of my self-censorship goes, you know, not in the WWJD, you know, but it's kind of like, what would my wife do in this? Honestly,
Yeah.
sometimes
That
I
can
have
help.
to do that.
That can help.
Yeah.
You need that partner or that friend or whatever that
Yes,
can
or
kind of run
friend.
things against. Like, what would they tell me? Would
Right.
they tell me to shut up?
Like, am I stupid? And should I really think like this? And if you have a good partner, then you know,
it's helpful.
It is helpful. And, you know, whether it's, you know, within your house or business, like it is helpful to have somebody that you can just go, am I crazy or are they crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they're crazy, how should I still approach that? Or if I'm crazy, how should I, you know, censor myself to, you know,
for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just shut the hell up.
Yeah.
There was I'm trying to remember, I can't remember who I got this from. It might have been one of those Stoic books. You know, one of those Marcus Aurelius books or whatever. But it was like when you're going to say something, there's like three like screens to run it through. One is like, should it be said?
Right. Okay.
Should it be said now? And should it be said now by me?
Yeah.
And if it meets all of those three things, then you should say something. And I continually, like, I actually, when I'm having like potentially helpful conversations with people, I always kind of run through that. Like, does it even need to be said right now? Like, does
That's
this,
true.
like, is this thing what we even need to be talking about? Like, it doesn't need to come from me. Like, you know what I mean? Am I gonna, by me saying something about someone or whatever, is it gonna make it better?
Right.
Or is it gonna make that person feel worse? Is it just gonna now put a big wedge in it, or is it gonna confuse things? Like, what, I see that a lot. People will tell me things, and it's just like, you just confuse everyone in the room.
Right.
Because you felt the need to, like, say something. Like, I don't know what you just did. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And what is it? One of his quotes, or no, where is quotes? I've got Marcus Aurelius quotes
Oh,
here.
you got a Marcus Aurelius quote.
Oh no, it's in hold on. I got a bunch of files.
You have Marcus Aurelius quotes ready to go?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because I may have started to write a book over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
That's a whole nother day. What was it?
Go ahead. I'm gonna change the subject there, but
waste no more time in arguing what a good man should be. Be one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's one of the top Marcus Aurelius quotes.
Yeah. But
just do it and shut the hell up.
Pretty much.
It's hard to find legitimate Marcus Aurelius quotes.
I'm sure
They've been rewritten so many times in different vernacular and stuff.
Well,
it's
and
like,
also languages as well.
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah.
Anyway,
no, I can't confirm or deny that was the actual quote. But
I like Ryan Holiday's stuff. I
Yeah.
feel like he tries to keep it as close to the actual, like, spirit of the quote, or the spirit of Marcus Aurelius's thought.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people will take that chapter out of the guy's journal and then, like, turn it into a quote, and it's like, well, he didn't ever say that.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't, like, that quote, he didn't say it like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he expressed the concept.
Right.
And we've made it a quote.
Whereas Ryan Holiday,
I think
Holiday's ego is the enemy of what you want and what you have.
Yeah.
Kind of what you
boils it out there. Anyway,
Yeah.
sidebar, but that's my take on Marcus Aurelius and people quoting him.
Yeah. But I do want to actually give the benign thing real quick. Because it doesn't have to go to extremes. With people and dealing with them and everything. But I was telling you that, like, I went to Savannah yesterday. And I went with my wife, my middle child, and then her boyfriend. And my wife had to work. I was, hanging out at Starbucks while the kids went to the beach for a while. And then, like, we all convened later and we're going to dinner. And what my daughter told me was, we're going to this place, or she wanted to go to this place that her boyfriend had talked about because he was from Savannah at one point. And you're like, yeah, it's really good, but it's kind of expensive. And so, so then we got it in our heads that, like, we should all dress up for it. So we go out there and we drive all the way out. It's out on this dock. It's called The Wild in Savannah. It was great. It was great food. It was great drink. It's literally like in in the marsh. So there are tributaries or whatever that you can take your boat through. People were coming up and parking their boats there. And we get there, and I was like, and luckily I didn't wear pants. I just wore shorts.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah. And I look, and then there's like two dudes hugging it out. And one of the two dudes has like a crop top on. And I'm like, I think I might be a little bit overdressed for this place. I mean, like,
a little bit.
This is going to be a fun place, but like, I think the crop top, on that dude. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't have a pirate hat on or something too. But like, we get out there and totally nice setting. We're like, we're not out in the sun, but right underneath something that's, really, really nice. And the one thing that I said was, and I looked at my daughter's boyfriend, I said, well, I don't know. I kind of feel, way too dressed up for this place. And it's nothing big. Like, he
Right.
probably didn't take offense to it. But later on, I was like, why'd you even have to say that?
Yeah.
Like, this is nice. He suggested a place.
Yeah.
The kid's only 17.
Yeah.
He suggested a place. This is his hometown, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I
Right.
had to say something just to me, like, again, totally benign. But in my head, I was like, why did the words come out of your mouth like that? Like,
I know.
I think I had already said, like, oh, this is cool, but I
Yeah.
had to further it by a, just a kind of dumb remark, like, and I don't want to, like, I'm not the type of dad with daughters, boyfriends, sons, girlfriend, whatever,
Mhm.
to, like, make them feel like all,
Right. You're
like,
trying to make them feel less.
yeah,
just
like,
to prop
this,
yourself up somehow.
right.
Yeah.
And so, like, again, is he, did it go over his head, or,
Who knows?
or was that even my intention to, be an asshole with it? But back to, the being an asshole is a choice. Like, I was kind of an asshole, kind of.
Yeah.
And I just could have said, this is really great. Thanks for taking it or suggesting it. I'm a hot, but that's okay. And or I didn't even have to say,
Yeah.
like, just take it to the point to where it's like, if it's good, then just go ahead
Yeah.
and
just
enjoy it.
Enjoy.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to be the cranky old fucker.
I know. That's an excuse.
Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't ever want to be that.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't want to be that cranky old jerk
Mhm.
that's just like saying whatever I want.
Right. All right. Yeah.
I don't think you have to,
No.
and you definitely don't have to be that guy. I think about I don't want to belabor it, but I want to talk about, like, responsibility,
Mhm.
right? Like, responsibility for what you say. And we always joke about, getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
But it's a legit thing.
Mhm.
I remember, we're not going to name names, but I think it was you that was there. I hope it was you and not someone else. But we were having breakfast with a couple of other friends,
Mhm.
and one of them, through discussion,
Mhm.
one of them suggested the other one was a misogynist.
Mhm.
I think they actually used that word.
Mhm.
One of the friends was kind of a not so athletic intellectual,
Mhm. Okay.
and the other one was sort of a wannabe intellectual, but could really fuck you up if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And one got really mad at, he said that thing, and I guess he felt comfortable saying whatever he wanted,
Mhm.
felt like he needed to communicate that, and the other person took offense to it.
Yeah.
Were you there?
I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, I know which restaurant that you're probably talking about too.
And
So yeah.
the one person was like, it started off like it was like a fifth grade argument. He's like, you better take that back.
Yeah.
And the other was like, I don't have to take anything back. It's, it's what you are or whatever. And he was like, I'm going to punch you in the face. Like, I think he literally said, like, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Mhm.
And I remember looking at the one guy, and I was like, you should probably leave. It's like, what? I was like, he's not joking. Like, he's like legitimately going to punch you in the face. But then that person was just like, that's a different subject from
Yeah.
like, they had no idea that was even an option on the table.
Yeah.
And it's something I teach my sons, like, getting punched is an option.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I say that all the time. We
Mhm.
say it all the time. Being punched, it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
For having to deal with the responsibility of the thing you just did.
Right. Hold on. Hey, dumbass, from last season. It was a metaphor,
Yeah.
but it could be a real thing as well.
Yeah, you caught some heat for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm punched, responsibility, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a thing. Like, you also need to watch what you say.
Well,
because you have repercussions.
I think too, like, if you
It's not fear, right? Like, and I think it gets misunderstood that like watching what you say to who you say it to. It's not that you're scared of that person.
Mm-hmm.
It's maturity. It's like you should have a sense of maturity,
Yeah.
and control.
Yeah.
To like, what are you accomplishing? Like, what were you going to accomplish by calling that person a misogynist? Like, you disagree with what he was just saying, okay? But I mean, you resort to name calling.
You went from here to here.
Yeah, and then the other next step is like he's going to punch you,
Right?
Because where else can you take it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, you're a misogynist.
That's one of the first things. Not one of the first things. One of the eventual things I figured out with kids, raising my kids, was that like you can't be super black and white with the punishment.
Yeah.
Right? It can't be like, if you don't do this, I'm going to throw away all your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Like because they're a kid,
Yeah.
and they don't understand the repercussions of their actions. And so it's like you're going to go from 0 to like nuclear destruction, and there needs to be some stuff in between to like ramp up. Like, I'm not saying you teach your kid that they have forever to actually respond to you, but like you can't go the punishment can't be like nothing to like throw everything in the room away. You know what I mean? Like,
I missed Halloween one year because I took that away. I put that on the table. If you do not finish this food, we are not going out to Halloween.
And you didn't go.
And we did not go.
Dumb. Yeah. And it's like
we all lost.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Sometimes you all lose when, there is no, there's no recourse. I mean, we live in a political, climate right now here in the US and internationally as well. Sometimes that people just say whatever the fuck they want.
Yep.
And they think that there are no repercussions. And I mean, sorry, that goes from the bottom to the top. This is not a political discussion, but if you can get on stage and be one of the leaders of the free world and just say whatever the fuck you want and no repercussions, like that's not about politics. That's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. And, I mean, at least the politicians before that, did it behind your back.
At least.
I mean, it's the Southern way, right?
It is a Southern way.
It is a Southern way.
A little restraint.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, there's a reason why we say, like, we don't do that in polite society.
Right.
Right. I mean, maybe that's a Southern thing too, but like, there's just things you don't do publicly.
And just
nobody wants to see that.
Right.
Like whatever that thing is, but like, shut the hell up.
Yeah. Just
and
I
don't need your opinion.
Really, like, and I've seen on both sides of the political spectrum, like, I've called it out. I'm more in the middle than anything else. And so I look at both and go like, did you really have to go there? I don't care. Again, political, is not my thing. Did you really have to go there and just, I mean, the name of the book that I've been writing this weekend is called, Building a Good Human. And then I look at it and I go, wow, like, I struggle with that daily. So that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I'd like to have for my kids, for them to be good humans.
Cool.
Like that's the top shelf. But because I look out there and I just go, well, is that necessary?
Yeah.
Whether it's on the sidelines, like, I know you get in a fever pitch and everything, and that can build up, and I get it. But, and politically, fever pitch, you get there and everything. But like to go past the, like, I disagree with your political ideology, I think we should do this, because it's going to help this. No, I disagree with you because, I think we should do this because it's going to help this. And I really don't care, about what your side wants. And I really don't care about what your side wants. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be that way. But when you go to like,
I don't agree with you because you're a dummy.
Right.
That's literally where it's at.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because you're stupid.
I just told him he was stupid.
Yeah. What? Where else can that go?
Right.
Where else? What's the next step for that other than an actual fight?
Right. Or
like whether
fucking,
it's
or fucking
legal,
World War III.
well, yeah, where it's legal or physical or World War III, whatever. Like,
Right.
there's nowhere else for those arguments to go.
Mhm.
That's not negotiation.
Right.
Now we're getting political.
Yeah, no,
But-
but I think I told you that I went to the White House when I was still in high school, and a buddy of mine worked in the West Wing. He was a chef there, and I met one of the Secret Service agents, and I don't know, apparently, and he was on his way out. He'd been there since the 60s.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was what, 90s, so he'd been there for 30
He's
years.
been there through some stuff.
Yes.
He's seen some.
Yes.
He knows where the aliens are.
And he just basically said to me, a kid, he's like, they're all the same.
Yeah. I believe him.
Every single one of them.
Yep.
And that,
Yep.
like kind of, what they say outright is, I mean, like, we
Oh, they're
didn't
all-
go into too deep of the discussion, but
Dude, you know how I feel about politicians,
Yeah.
generally speaking.
Yeah.
They're lying to you.
well, yeah.
It's all. That's all. Talk about
They're lying
performative
to you or
stuff.
telling you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
But yeah. But to now go off script and like, whew, it's I'm not even interested to see where this is going.
Yeah.
And
Not either.
and like, let's take it down from from the top and go even lower. Not even in the what's in Washington, but like, what's in your own state.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm sorry, it's both sides.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just now it's a popularity contest that now is rife with like sticks and stones
I know, man.
and name calling.
Mhm.
And like, I don't know if anybody's like, there is no self-censorship. There's like
Mhm.
and you'll probably see more and more.
You will, and we've seen it like on the federal stage. We've seen it degrade over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it from you lie.
Yeah.
All the way down to what we get now. It's just people yelling at each
Right.
other, like just calling each other names and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can watch the congressional hearing stuff on TV, and it's just atrocious.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah.
It really is. And I'm not just saying that to be political. I mean, it's just atrocious the way these representatives of us
Mhm.
speak to each other
Right.
and about each other.
Right.
It's sickening.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And then, then I go to the same party together.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
I
right?
know. I mean, but
That's partly
that's
why
like,
I've been on this performative, particularly like performative masculinity, but like this performative kick.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure some of this stuff out because there's just so much stuff that the roles that they play,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And by that I mean like literally like an actor. Like,
Yeah.
there's just so many, and I mean I have them too.
Yeah.
I think it's the Japanese saying it's like you have I'm gonna get it wrong. You have like 3 faces or something. Is like the face that everyone sees.
Mhm.
There's the face that those closest to you see, and then there's the face that you don't show anybody. Right. And it's like we all have these roles that we wind up playing
Mhm.
and we play into.
Yeah.
And it's how we respond to people, and it's how we use our ability to communicate and to emote and things, and it's all like what, and that's what I'm interested in. Like, what is the performance part of like people versus the real people? And it's something we just had a rank test at the gym at the dojo last night, and it's one of those things, the brown belt, and it's one of those things that I always, particularly at those brown belts, black belts, or whatever, it's like you need to figure out who they really are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like that one in particular, and that's probably why I'm really leaning into it. It's like they want that black belt,
Mhm.
and and there's things they have to do to get there.
Right.
How much are they like playing up to you
Right.
to get there versus
Mm.
is it just something they want to do for themselves and they're doing the work that they need to do?
Yeah.
It's very interesting because you can tell when it's like authentic and when it's not. Even with people I love, like you can I mean,
Yeah.
you can see it.
Yeah.
You're like,
Mhm.
that right there, you're doing that just to get
Yeah.
whatever.
It's I mean, that's part of being human. I get it.
Of course.
Yeah. But
I'm not even
also-
saying it's bad. I'm just interested in it. Like,
Yeah.
because it's like, when do I do it?
Yeah.
Because I know there are certain aspects that I do try. Like I recognize it, and there's times when I try to strip it away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so make a choice, maybe not to be an asshole every single day.
Yeah. The final takeaway: be disciplined, be deliberate, don't be a damn fool. I like that little writing.
I do.